Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Don't forget to leave a like. It is a wonderful and free way to support the channel. It's always nice to see. Well, yeah, we have, if you haven't been paying attention, we have officially entered the beginning of what is known as the euphoric phase. Woo, we made it, y'all. Yeah, so within the cryptocurrency space or a cryptocurrency cycle, there are many different steps along the way, logically. The one that you are probably most known about, you know about the most, that one is probably like the bear phase, the sad phase, where prices go down, typically for a year and a half to around 2 years. I forgot the other steps. Like there's like a little like weird chart. You've seen it before. It goes like optimism, bear trap. People think it's like some kind of like, you know, like no one really believes that it's happening. But when we rally in price long enough and people see that their monies have doubled and tripled, this is usually when like people go, okay, this is actually real. This usually lasts anywhere from 9 to 12 months. The current speculation that we have right now is that this so you want to know the truth? Okay, there's two branching paths. The first idea is that this euphoric phase, as it's being called, is going to last between 9 to 12 months. That by the end of 2025 and or the beginning of winter, end of autumn 2025, this is how long the bull market will last. Bitcoin's only been around for 15 years. All we have to go on is past data. And we've seen before that usually around like September, October, sometimes the market goes like a little wonky. It does a little bit better. And then around December, everyone's like, what is happening? And then the house of blockchain cards usually begins to fall. That's one of the ideas. So worst case scenario is that you have until like September, October 2025 to make a lot of money. I know it's really sad, right? Only 9 months to make hundreds of millions of dollars. The other side of it is, now this is the more optimisticer one, that a lot of people are beginning to talk about a little bit more. We went over this maybe twice, thrice this year. It's the idea that cycles might be done with and prices might kind of go up forever. So that one is being discussed by a number of large analysts, and you'll see it. I'm telling you, you're going to see it over the course of the next couple of weeks and couple of months for about 38 different reasons. One, we've never been in a position where a company has thrown $100 million into Bitcoin. You got it? That rises a lot further when that same company begins throwing in $1 billion into the market. 1.5 billion, 2 billion. For those of you who've missed some of the last videos, MicroStrategy is continuously buying large amounts of Bitcoin. Their goal, as far as I can remember, is to own over 1 million Bitcoin. They say they want to own all of it, but I think 1 million is supposed to be the number that was thrown out there before. The issue with that is that there's not 1 million Bitcoin that's actually left up for grabs. The estimates that we have, as I've stated before, are between 700 to 900,000 Bitcoin that's actually left on crypto exchanges that's liquid. Everyone still with me? I hope so. I'm speaking very basic English. The second part of why people think the cycles are over is because of the levels of accumulation that we've been seeing. So not just from MicroStrategy. The other part is the ETFs, just those within the United States. That's the metric that we're going off of, because for some reason, if the US ETFs have inflows of $1 billion per day, The other ETFs around the world, if one individually has an inflow of $7 million, it's not like fancy enough. It's not big enough. People tend to not pay attention to that number, even though it has a gigantic influence on how much Bitcoin is being taken out of the market. We've never had a situation where 9 companies have accumulated almost 1.5 million Bitcoin in an 11-month period. It's unheard of. Like it's never been a thing within our market. We're also seeing a number of other companies in the last 4 weeks, 3 weeks, beginning to jump up very quick and start buying a lot of Bitcoin because of the other part, which is the United States declaring that they're going to buy Bitcoin. If you missed that, I'm not sure how you did. It's been like the news within the cryptocurrency space for the better half of the month, 30 days. The idea is that, as we've gone over in previous videos, I know I keep saying it, it's because it's like history, just like repeating over and over. Every time I do something in this space with this channel in the news, I always make sure to like reference something so that you don't just think I'm like making, oh yeah, that happened, I promise. No, like I'm letting you know that like everything keeps looping back to the same exact thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. The idea is that the United States is apparently in talks, discussions, making a bill to start buying up Bitcoin themselves. It's meant to be 1 million Bitcoin over the course of 5 years. If you remember earlier in the video, there's not 1 million Bitcoin even left on cryptocurrency exchanges. So the US is probably going to have a difficult time accumulating because upon the news that they're thinking about doing it, MicroStrategy and all these other companies have basically done the exact same thing that the US is planning on doing. So they're like what's called front running the United States from even getting 200,000 Bitcoin, because if the largest economy on the planet says that they're going to do something to strengthen Bitcoin as opposed to the US dollar, everyone is going to go bananas for Bitcoin. And that's basically the idea of the euphoric phase kind of never ending. Yeah, it's weird to think about. So the idea would be, from charts and stuff that I've seen before, is that basically by the time we get to around summer tends to be a bit of a lull period for, and you see I'm doing this good. A bit of a lull period for the cryptocurrency market during the bull run. So you'll tend to see coins going up by 3%, 7%, as opposed to like 300% in like a week, like that kind of thing. So things will go up a little bit slower, but it tends to be a little bit more calm until we get to towards the end of the year, where like oh my gosh, prices go up, all that other kinds of stuff. If we hear that the US is going to be buying Bitcoin, it kind of marks the end of cycles, as we've been going over, because the price would probably have a really difficult time coming down. Can anyone guess why? Because if anyone in this future decides to sell their Bitcoin, the buy orders would devour those coins in half of a second. You can't have 38, 45, 95 countries all trying to buy Bitcoin with the other millionaires and billionaires who then go, oh snaps, I got to get some of this as well, all buying. And then someone goes, okay, I'm going to sell some for profit. And then the price will basically keep going up, because any sell orders will be absorbed too quickly by the buy orders of everyone trying to accumulate that last less than 1 million Bitcoin. So A, we've entered the euphoric phase. Awesome. B, it might not ever end. But worst case scenario is that you have until September, October next year, potentially more, to make large amounts of money. And then you have to wait for another bear market. And then at some point in 2028, prices go back up again. That's like worst case scenario. Kind of, I don't want to use the word cool, but I mean, it's better than anything else, if I can say that much. Yeah, I'm trying to keep this video not as intense because there's so much more that I want to say. But Yes, I hope everyone's been paying attention, because for those of you who don't, you're gonna regret it in the future. That's not a threat. It's just like logical. Like, remember how I've been saying for years, like, oh no, everyone who doesn't have crypto is gonna have a bad time. I don't know if you've been watching the news and then you see like inflation's going back up and countries are talking about printing more money, which is going to cause like prices to go back up in the supermarket. But everyone who has been buying crypto and holding crypto, I'm pretty sure you made money in the last like 3 weeks while you were sleeping. So that's the, like, if you don't hold it, you're going to have a bad time kind of thing. Because I know a lot of people who don't have any crypto, and when inflation goes back up next year, they're going to have a hard time. I do hope you enjoy the euphoric phase. I do hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening. Wherever you are, wherever you might be, I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.